Hi everyone, this is Jason Pegler, and during this episode, I'm going to share a little bit of information with you about my own bipolar disorder, what happened to me, how it happened, so that I can help you understand ways that I learned to cope with it along the years. And I'll also look at mistakes that I made in my life and then things that I changed. So now I will go to one or two places that are quite intense, but I will snap out of it because I want you to be in a kind of a peak state. So I think it's really important that before you listen to this, that you just do 5 minutes exercise. You could do half an hour if you can, but at least 5 minutes getting yourself in a peak state. So that's just go for a walk as fast as you can for 5 minutes, 2.5 minutes outside the house and come back. And just get yourself in a peak state just for 5 minutes and see the difference it makes. Have a glass of water as well. Make sure you're not too dehydrated. Okay, so, and let's smile as well for 10 seconds, okay? Have a little chuckle as well. Okay, because I want you to be kind of, I want you to be like in a good state. Okay, excellent. Okay, so as I'm a former bipolar sufferer, let me take you back a little bit to how it all happened. So, when I was younger, I always thought I was a little bit different. I was highly creative, and I seemed to be extremely good with numbers for some reason. So, when I was doing, everyone else was doing their 1 to 12 times tables, I was doing my 12 to 20 times tables. And I found that I would get bored very easily, so I would always finish my schoolwork really quickly in class and kind of get bored. So, maybe I had that mad gene, the creative gene, the intelligent, gene or whatever. And some of you will identify this when listening to this, I'm sure. But of course, what happened is at some stage I lost touch with reality. And looking back, how did that happen? Well, there were one or two things in my upbringing that were pretty stressful. But, nothing that necessarily says, look, this is why you have bipolar disorder, okay? And, of course, I believe that it is essentially a social construct, even though there's a reality that people do go off their heads and crazy, and you have to call it something so that they can come back into society and be included is a goal, but of course they feel excluded. So when I was 14 or so, I started binge drinking, and I don't think that was very good for me, okay? Also, I got into drugs, so cannabis, then got onto harder drugs like speed, ecstasy, LSD, and things like this. So by the time I was 17, I was taking drugs quite regularly at the weekend and drinking quite heavily maybe once or twice a week as well, and had been for a couple of years. Then I was becoming really kind of obsessed with overwork, so I was studying for an Oxford entrance exam in English. So I found the combination of drinking definitely wasn't help. So if you really want to get better, then stop drinking alcohol, okay? At least cut it down big time. So I've not, you've got so many units per week that's recommended. I've not got over that in years, in a long, long time, and I hardly ever drink. I might just drink a bit of champagne every now and then as a celebration or something like that. So also I haven't taken any illegal drugs for a long, long time, probably since just after my first episode, so probably since, just trying to think, maybe the last time might have been 1997 or something like that. So maybe once in 1999. I think I took cocaine in 1999, okay, and that wasn't a good idea, I can tell you. That didn't make me feel too good afterwards. It could have even been one of the triggers for my final episode in 2000. So, get out of these peer groups. If you're drinking too much or taking drugs, just stop hanging around with these people and hang around with someone who doesn't drink and doesn't take drugs. Find a healthier person, go down the gym and become a training partner with someone who's really super fit, for example. Okay? So what else was there that I experienced? Well, also around about the time of 17, I really wasn't eating well whatsoever. My parents had got divorced and I was living with my father, and I wasn't eating, as much vegetables as normal. So for 6 months before I had my first episode, I was really not eating well at all, and it's quite possible the whole thing could have been caused by vitamin deficiency. Um, of course, the drugs and alcohol made me far more likely to go off it, and you do too. So check out what you're eating as well. If in any doubt, you can go and see a dietitian. You can get a blood test with your GP, see if you've got any deficiencies in anything whatsoever, because that can lead to people having breakdowns, just some kind of vitamin deficiency. You might even be allergic to something you never knew. So please, 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 just go and do that anyway. Commit to doing that anyway, because it's a good thing to check your health with the GP and get a blood test. Okay, so, and also think about, if you plan your day, if you tend to be overworking, if you're studying for an exam or something like this, try and work out that you have some downtime as well. So what things are good for you to relax? It might be like playing sports, you might watching sport, you might like going for a walk, you might like taking the dog for a walk, you might like going for a massage if you can afford it, or doing some meditation, being at one with nature, reading. There's so many things that, just switch off. Give yourself half an hour a day just when you switch off and you're on your own. This is a really great strategy because you can recharge as well. Also, if you find that you're really, really tired, there's no harm in having a 5 or 10 minute just power nap, just lying down for 5 or 10 minutes. And if you find things are getting too much, I wouldn't recommend much longer than that because it can affect your sleep at night. But certainly before 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I would recommend, if you feel really worn out, for 5 or 10 minutes, just lie down and just switch off. Some people meditate, some just lie down, some people like to read. If you find you don't have much time, it might be that, let's say you're travelling to work and it's quite stressful, travelling on the tube or anything, or if you live in a busy place or on a bus or whatever it is, then take advantage of listening to your iPod or whatever music system that you might have, and avoid negative music, disempowering music. So even I was very into rap at one time, and still kind of can like it in the sense that I think it could do good for the world. But you'll find that if you're listening to music that can be aggressive and things like this, it just weakens your physical state and your mental state. So what I'd recommend is stop playing music altogether, actually. Maybe even like a little bit of classical music or something, but get into personal development on your iPod. You can get lots of free things from on the internet that you can listen to, free hypnosis CDs. There's so many free audios around the internet, in iTunes as well, podcasts and things like that, and also on the internet that you can download in just general MP3 format. So if you can't afford it, it's not as though you can't afford it. There's so much out there. If you want to go for some really great things, then who would I recommend? Well, I would recommend anything that Nightingale Conant do, Nightingale Conant, Conant. Check them out, they're pretty amazing. They've got hundreds of different authors and they're quite amazing things. I'd recommend anyone that Jim Rohn mentored, Jimrohn, so that would be like Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, Les Brown. There's lots and lots of people that he's influenced, and things like the Secret, that is really quite interesting, fascinating stuff. The Tony Robbins, like I said, just get into personal development, spirituality, Wayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra, Eckhart Tolle, things like this. And I would pick a collection, so don't just go business. Have a combination of personal development, fitness, health, psychology, whatever it is, have a combination, spirituality, all these things. They can really, really help and make a massive difference. If you think about it, most people they'll wake up in the morning, and how can they have the most amazing life ever and really ultimately conquer, cure their bipolar disorder? They wake up thinking, oh, I've got bipolar disorder. Oh, I'll go downstairs, watch a telly, I'll watch the news. Oh Lord, isn't that terrible? That story, someone's been killed, someone's been murdered, something. And then you read newspaper. Oh look, isn't this horrible? Oh, what tragedy! And then you go and have a coffee and go to work or whatever. Or you know, no wonder people get so unhappy and you can't snap out of it. So make your own news. Be this kind of person that is committed to making your own news. This is really, really important, okay? So it can be a complete shift in consciousness, okay? And make the decision to do this today, now. Stop watching the news completely. You can make your own news. If you're interested in technology use, you can get a Twitter feed on certain things or something like that, and have it on your phone. But just avoid it. Just avoid it completely. Try it for a week, and you'll feel so much better. Just commit to doing it. Please, please, please. Just this one strategy alone will totally change your outlook and how you feel. What else do we know from life? What does life teach us? Well, the thoughts that we develop become our actions, if you like. So if you think about it, how we think is where we end up. How we focus is where we end up. So we have to get the right thoughts in our mind. So how do we do this? By getting ourselves in a peak state, by thinking highly of ourselves, and by pushing ourselves as people. And that we can do it in a natural way as well. So we can just stop and breathe and take things in and feel good, feel gratitude, feel happy about being who we are, feel blessed, feel grateful. It's really important to feel gratitude all the time, every day. Feel grateful for the people that we love in this world, for the experiences that we've had, that we're alive, that we have food to eat, that we are in a position where we're in the knowledge era, if you like. So we have so much information, we can find out anything we want in the world by just Googling it. Just think about how lucky we are, and how lucky you are, and how you can really, really get better. So what else happened to me when I was during my bipolar episodes that mistakes that I made where I kind of things didn't work? Well, like I said, just before I went high initially, I took a couple of ecstasy tablets in a nightclub in Swansea, and I never came down. Well, obviously that was a bad idea. Okay, so avoid the illegal drugs if you're in on that scene at whatever age you are. Please, please, please get out of it. It's just a matter of time before you break down. I know people that it happened to me when I was at school when I was 17. People have come back to me years later, 5, 10, 15 years later, and then cracked up later. I know people who have been fine till they're 50 or 60, and then they've cracked up because they've been smoking cannabis or whatever. Obviously, some people say there's some benefits from cannabis, but I would just say, from my experience, no kind of drugs work. I don't really want to get into a debate about that because there might be a cathartic value for some physical needs or whatever. But the point is here that you really want to focus on taking responsibility for your life. The moment I did that, my life totally changed, and I did it on a number of occasions. But the first time I did it, it just took a huge step. And you can take steps to improve every day. Life is in peaks and troughs, so I really think that we grow or we shrink every day. Okay, so you need to make the decision now to say, look, I'm the kind of person who's going to improve my life now. and today, and just get on with it really. And if you think like that, you'll find that life will be definitely better. It will be more helpful for you. It's absolutely no doubt about it. What else is there that can be really, really useful, that can help you to have the best health that you ever had? Just have a think about it, okay? I think you really need to be aware that you're a human being with great value, and you need to congratulate yourself for everything that you've made a success of in your life. Now, it may be that you're in a position where you think, oh, I can't think of too many things now. But what I want you to do is to just stop me now and come up with 5 things that you're really, really proud of that you've achieved. And whatever it is, if it's for being a father, for getting a job, for passing an exam, for getting this really healthy, or being nice to somebody, whatever it is, please come up with 5 reasons and stop me now. Excellent, great, thanks very much, and congratulate yourself. Okay, give yourself a round of applause. Okay. Excellent. That's really good. So that's 5 ways that you can really help yourself. 5 references you have of how you've achieved something, and if you want to make that more powerful, then go back and come up with 50. You think, what's he talking about? Come up with 50 ways that you've been proud, things that you've achieved. Just stop me now and come up with 50 reasons. It should just take you about 5 or 10 minutes, okay? I think you could do it in about 3 or 4 minutes if you're really fast, okay? Just stop me now and come up with 50 reasons. Excellent. I hope if you haven't done it, please go back and do it, okay? This is really important. This is going to make a big difference. Excellent. Well done. Now, just really give yourself a big celebration, okay? Just really pump your fists and say, yes, 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 yes. Excellent. Give the thumbs up, okay? Put your hand on your heart, whatever it is. And, really, really just feel that sensation. There's 50 things that you've done that you can be proud of. Now, where am I getting to? Well, now let's come up with 5 things that you're going to do in the next 7 days that you're going to be proud of, okay? So 5 things that you're going to do in the next 7 days that you're going to be proud of, okay? Well, stop me and come up with 5 reasons. Excellent. So you come up with the 5 reasons. That's great. Lovely. So proud of you for doing that. So you come up with the 5 reasons. You're going to celebrate? Yes, 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 yes. Excellent. So you've got 5 reasons. 5 ways that you're going to make your life better in the next 7 days, okay? And stop me again, and we're going to come up with 50 ways in the next 30 days, okay? 50 ways in the next 30 days, okay? So you're going to stop me now. Excellent. Have you come up with 50 ways in the next 30 days? Have you? If you haven't, stop me. Okay, I'm assuming you had. This is really important. If you want to cure your bipolar disorder forever, get rid of it, you've really got to focus on the positive things, okay? Okay, yes, 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 yes. Congratulations. Congratulations, you're really on your way now to curing your bipolar disorder forever, okay? Now, it's an ongoing process. It's not as though you say, right, I've eliminated it forever, and that's it, goodbye, I've written it away. Although you could write a handwritten note, like I said, and you can say, isn't it amazing how I'm a former bipolar sufferer, thank you, and put it in a way and never look at it again. That's really fantastic and really, really empowering. So what I really want to say to you is congratulations for getting this far. I want you to just take a little break now. I'm gonna switch off now and then come back at you with another episode, because that is quite a lot to take in. Okay, love you lots. Speak to you soon. Smile for 5 seconds. Excellent. Okay, take care.